Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of JB the Mentor. I am your host, JB the Mentor, and today I want to focus on 5 reasons why your man has left the relationship. Hold on a second. Hello? How you doing? Everything is okay. You sound upset. What's wrong? I see. When did all of this happen? Whew. Boy, I wish there was something I could do for you. Are you going to be all right? Can you hold on to a little bit later? Perhaps we can get together, or I can call you back. I was just filming a show, and I don't want to delay it any longer. Wow. How ironic is that? I received a phone call, and one of my friends told me that her boyfriend just left her. They've been dating for 8 months, and he up and he disappeared. And so that is the focus of today's show. Why your man, your boyfriend, your husband, why they just up and leave and walk away from a relationship. So I want you to stay tuned, but first, here's some important messages that I want you to look at. So let's talk about this. This is one for the ages, and this question's always asked and it's always talked about, and no one seems to have a definitive answer as to why a man would leave a relationship that seems fulfilling, seems positive, and seems to be moving in the right direction. Well, I intend to answer that question because I have some ideas of my own as to why this happens. So the first reason why he leaves a relationship is because sometimes he feels that the relationship that he's in, that you are doing a lot of complaining and a lot of nagging. And to him, it doesn't feel like a girlfriend vibe or wife vibe. It feels like a nagging mother or stepmother or somebody that's always trying to teach him the difference between right and wrong, and that no matter what he does, he can never get it right because you're never happy. And instead of thinking about running home to you and embracing you and giving you a big kiss and telling you about his day, the first thing that he's going to embrace is, listen, Bill, Mike, Jake, whatever the name is, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, and you didn't do this right. And so his life is filled with complaints and how he could do it better. So he starts to do the math on this, and what he comes up with is that this is just 6 to 8 months. How could I endure this for the rest of my life? Or how could I endure this for a long-term relationship? So he packs his bags on this relationship with a one-way ticket, never to return. So number 2, a reason why a man would get up and walk away from a relationship, if there isn't a strong bond or a strong connection sexually between him and you. And what I mean by this is that if he's not leaving his home or the house, going to work with solely you on his mind, sitting at his desk, whatever job that he may have, if he's not thinking of you during the course of the day, coming home, just thinking about enjoying you and the things that the two of you can do as a couple, if he's not thinking about those things, then he's not really that much into you, and that's a problem for him. And again, he's doing the math on this, and he's asking himself, can I endure this for a long period of time? Will things change? And if the numbers don't add up, guess what? he's gonna leave. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to tether themselves to a relationship that they sexually cannot enjoy. And those are just, for some situations, in some cases, just a hard fact. So number 3, getting back to why he would leave what appears to be an awesome relationship with so much potential. Initially, men start out from the perspective of being attracted, from the potential of meeting somebody that they feel they're going to be able to have the strong bond with, the strong connection, and ultimately fantastic sex. But then they shift gears and they begin to think about, could this woman be the mother of my children? Could she be my wife? And could I stay with her the rest of my life? And if it doesn't feel as though you meet all of the qualifications to be his wife, a panic button goes off and alarms go off, and he's really in a place where he's stuck. Because how do you tell somebody that you don't see a future in them because you just don't fit the degree of what I'm looking for in a partner and someone that could be my wife and be the mother of my children? And it might seem painful and it might seem a little harsh, but at the end of the day, you need to find somebody that you feel that you're going to be able to connect with, not short term, but on a long-term basis, because you're looking to build a life together. And togetherness means being connected on so many levels. And if there's a few connections that are not actually being connected, then that's time for you to remove yourself from that situation. So number 4, that's never talked about as to why a man would walk away from a relationship. So here we go. If your friends and family members have too much influence and too much say-so over personal matters that pertain to you and him, ultimately he is not going to stay. Ultimately, he is not going to be interested, and ultimately, he's going to tell himself that I'm not looking to marry her and marry them. And so therefore, I'm wasting my time, and it's time for me to exit. If the perception is that you allow too many outside forces to be voices inside of your relationship with him, he is going to be in the wind. And that's just the simple facts. So the last and the 5th reason as to why a man would leave a relationship that has so much potential and so much promise is because, or some men don't do a good job of talking about their past relationship or past relationships. And something about you, or a few things that have occurred in your relationship, reminds him of a previous relationship, and he begins to see red flags. And yes, he does have the option of spending enough time to see if he can tweak those areas. But people generally, when they see red flags that they have had an encounter with, they tend to run. So sometimes, due to no fault of yourself, sometimes just something about you reminds them of that past wife or that past girlfriend that they're not comfortable with, and they don't want to do a double take in life with a relationship that didn't feel good, that didn't honor them. So what they do is pack it in, throw the cards in, call it a night, and they leave the relationship. Because red flags are a strong indicator that this might not be the relationship for you. So I know I said I'm going to offer 5 reasons why men leave relationships. But I want to offer this as a bonus piece of advice. Ladies, when a man leaves, rarely is it a mystery that you don't know why he's left the relationship. Because there were signs all over indicating that something was wrong. He doesn't have time for you. When he talks about his future, you're never in his future. When he has important events to attend, you're not there. The number one reason or indicator that he might be moving sideways on you. He doesn't engage in sex anymore. When he doesn't want to cozy up with you and be intimate. He makes sure that you get into bed first and he gets into bed later. Or he always comes home so late that he doesn't have to engage you in any conversations. The indicators are always there that he's no longer invested or committed to this relationship. So those are red flags. You have to tell yourself it's just a matter of time before he leaves or you leaves. But it's never a surprise to you that he did this. You just have to be willing to acknowledge that something is wrong and it probably can't be fixed. And when you start to begin to focus and conduct your life from a place of what it actually is, you'll have less heartaches, less anxiety, and more of a time and opportunity to engage your energy in things that will honor you and make you feel good and ultimately be exactly what you want, when you want it, how you want it. My name is JB the Mentor. So don't spend no more time in a relationship with your eyes closed. Every relationship you should have your eyes open and walking this path that allows you to see everything in front of you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell right in the middle. And remember, happiness is you playing a role in seeing all of the things that can either hinder you or make you grow. This is JB the Mentor, and until the next show, stay focused.